Howdy, hey everybody, it's SK. I am back from a very long hiatus that involved, like, real life and me attempting to do things that apparently just didn't work out because I'm bad at them. So I've been kind of cracking out on a little bit of Final Fantasy XI, which, and you guys don't know, was like my first foray into the online world and one of my first forays ever into just online anything in general. I cracked out on this game for like a solid 2 years straight, man. This thing was my life for a solid 2 years straight before I quit in like late 2005, early 2006. Before Otter Gan came out, I actually just got so burned out that I quit and didn't really touch it again. I mean, I occasionally tried it, you know, once every year or two. Not even every year or two. It's like once every 2 or 3 years I would try it, come back for a couple of weeks. Remember all the times I died horribly and how long it took to do literally anything and how you had to rely upon other people to get literally anything, and that's not even like the figurative literal, the actual literal. You could not accomplish anything without other people. And usually I would just, you know, log off and quit for another 2 or 3 years and go back to WoW. But I've been cracking out to this kind of hardcore for the last month or so, and I'm finally seeing some of these quality of life changes like trusts and actually making quote-unquote soloing possible. The mobs will still kick your ass, but you have the ability to call NPCs to help you out, and etc., etc. And, you know, I figured just for the shits of it, I want to kind of go down memory lane and hopefully have, you know, drag you guys along with me kicking and screaming, and we can kind of re-experience the story of Final Fantasy XI, which was kind of, well, not kind of, which was absolutely the main draw of the game. You know, it had an interesting story with kind of compelling characters. I don't remember much about it, which will be certainly more enjoyable for all parties involved because my reactions will be more or less the same, or, you know, authentic. It's not going to be like manufactured. How dare they? Like, I already know what that, you know, it'll actually, you know, be kind of new for me as well, since it's been so many years since I've experienced this. And I just figured you guys might enjoy me basically making a complete ass out of myself. I stopped short of starting a new character. I mean, I'm starting one obviously right now, but I stopped short of creating one and then having it start off like in the middle of Sandoria. But I figured I want to be a little bit more, again, authentic. I kind of picked out the things that I wanted, and maybe I can just kind of start over here. And it's a Sora, I think, is the server that has all the, really, cleavage? 2002 cleavage? Really? Okay. Figured I'd start out from the very beginning and see, you know, start to finish, if there is such a thing as a finish in an MMO, you know, how things really work out. Of the 3 starting nations, Sandoria is personally my favorite. And that's probably going to be the one I'm going to be rolling with, because Sandy for life, fuck all the haters. I mean, you also got Bastok and then Winders, but, like, for real, meh. Sandoria, it may be. I'm kind of a little bit on the excited side. I'm going to be honest. I've been, like I said, I've been cracking out for the past month to this, but it's nice to be able to put something out again, so to speak, and to really try and enjoy my time with. Hang on a second. Let me get ye old mouse over here. By the way, I am playing with Windowware because I'm the scum of the earth, but man, the game's UI, like, even with the quality of life changes that they've added, some of the in-game UI is like, yeah. So let's see, the fortress city of Sandoria lies to the north of the great continent of Quan, the beating heart of an ancient kingdom. It is home to 1,000 legends past. But now their reign of glory is but a memory. Heroes rise shining swords to the heavens no more. The sun has set on the kingdom of knights, an old lion never to rise again. Thus do some dismiss her now. Some weird Yoda-esque speak right there, but okay. Also, this is loud as fuck, dude. The young elven knights still venture proudly into the wilds of Vanadil, determined to triumph over any foe. Is this Port Sandoria? I'm starting in Port Sandoria? Alright. On this particular day, there comes a new adventurer, ready to make her name for herself in Sandoria. By jumping into the river. The king wishes to bolster his ranks, and Naranai has journeyed far to answer the call. I'm pretty sure I just drastically mispronounced a word in there. Should fortune favor her, bards across the land will sing of her exploits for generations to come. I also sound like a really bad news anchor that wants to be British but isn't. Of course, she has only begun her rise to glory. No one can tell what her future holds. Never before has she set foot within the Elven capital, but she is resolved to let nothing stand in her way. You can't tell me you're not pumped for this music, though, man. I say, watch where you're going. Uh-oh, shouting. Oh, a new recruit, are you? That explains it. Well, far be it from me to chastise someone on her first day. Still, as a citizen, Sandoria, you... Sudden cut off. Ah, Avondale, what are you doing here? Or what are you doing here? What? Ah, Avondale, what are you doing there? Prince Tryon, I was explaining to this recruit here about what it means to be a proud citizen of Sandoria. Okay. A new recruit. Strengthen your sword arm and stature as a knight. Thus you will best serve the glory of our great kingdom. Sandoria has more than enough soldiers already, brother. Speaking of which, should you not be training them instead of bothering new recruits with talk of war? Oh, great. You are too bold! Really, Prouge is... Wait, how do you pronounce his name? Peuge? Pioge? Whatever. Is that any way to speak to your brother? I've said the truth, nothing more. The ranks of our armies could swell to bursting and victory would still be far. Is it your head that is swollen? Oh, it is your head that is swollen, brother. With enough numbers, we could crush the beastmen without having to resort to your misguided tactics. Oh boy, what have I walked into the middle of? My tactics? Misguided? Oh, that is rich. Tell me of the tactics that lost an entire company in Battalion Downs the other day. Oh yeah, I am totally on, like, the wrong side of the road here. It's good to see you so fond of talking, as I've never seen you wield a sword. Better to shout orders from the rear than reveal your ineptitude in actual combat. Yes, you unsheath your pommelin in them rightly and all that, yes? Stop your quarreling, both of you! A divided leadership only creates unrest among the people, soldier and civilian alike. Surely you were both aware of this. Oh, I suppose. I warn you, Pioge. Is it Paiuge? Peuge? Peuge? I'm guessing it's Paiuge? Whatever. I warn you, Paiuge, talk to me that way again and I won't be so forgiving. By the way, nice to meet you! Thanks for the chat! Let me know how it goes! Good old Tryon. Indeed. Threats of violence are his only recourse when a conversation does not go his way. Like a child he is. Yeah, and it's been really... okay, it's... alright. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks. Okay. They are both like children, quick to insult and quicker to take offense. Really? You seem to be the only sensible person here, and you have a very dapper dress. Are you related to Zelda? I must apologize for that, but ours is truly a great kingdom, and I expect you to further her glory. Glory, whatever. Words are hard. Nice meeting you too! Good to see you again. Let me know how it turns out. The fuck did I walk into? Those two are a handful, but they truly are the closest to brothers. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see the amicability from here. Perhaps I could be of service. Is there anything in particular you'd like to know? No, I'm pretty good, thanks. Hey, that's how you zoom out and zoom in. Well, shit, okay. Adventurer coupon. Give it to Talisa at the bottom of the staircase in Northern Sandoria. She can help you out. Wait, I'm in Northern Sandoria? Is that... like... oh... Here's a Northern Sandoria... wait, what? That's not Northern Sandoria. This is Port Sandoria, motherfucker. What are you talking about? By the way, Talisa is a lady of traditional elven upbringing, so try not to say anything that would offend her sensibilities. Anyway, let me mark her location on your map. Now you can check the position by opening up map option from the main menu by selecting markers and scrolling to the right. To give them orders, select trade from the main menu. Don't you forget it! Oh yes, don't you forget it, you whippersnapper! Well, that was a fun start. Oh god, why? Okay, so... Okay, so both Y and X are inverted. Okay, so excuse me while I distract you with little bullshit chatter for the moment. And you know, I could interest you in an egg roll or something to that effect because I need to fix these things really quick or I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Miscellaneous. Go on both. Put effects on high because this game was made in 2002 and if my computer can't run it, then y'all got some issues. Did it? Okay, it's not okay. It seems to be okay. Whatevs. Effects don't care. Mouse camera. Wait. They consider that inverted? Okay. Alright. Also, I'm gonna turn this down just a little. Because this is fucking loud, man. Like, real loud. There we go. And there we go. Again, I'm using Windower because some of the, though I can certainly understand that's, keeping it old school and all, they have most certainly added things to the, game that has made it a little bit easier in terms of, oh, I gotta fix. There we go. So I can get myself my little, like I was saying, anyway, I got distracted by shiny objects. They have added quality of life stuff going on in here, but at the same time, like, for fucking real, I need a mini-map, man. The compass thing doesn't really do much for me. I don't know where I'm going or why I'm going there and shit. I need to actually, I actually need to use the map on here because I haven't set up my macros yet. Tesla, there you are. Hey, chick, how are you? One of the faithful, ever do I seek the way to paradise. Teach me about records of eminence. Teach me about the trust initiative. I want a map of the area I'm in. I want maps of the whole city. How do I give items to people? How do I fight out of town? Okay, you know what? Just here. Take the shit and be done with it. Use map from your main menu. Adventurers coupon, surely aid your aspirations. Woohoo! 50 gil, bitches! I am rich! Oh, I also need to equip things. Now, one thing about this game, for those who may be slightly newcomer about it, is that the shit they give you when you first start the game makes no sense for what is actually useful in the game. The warrior starts out with a sword, and I mean, one of the warrior's big points if you go here through, like, the combat cells is that they can use, like, every fucking weapon ever made. Which, I mean, which makes sense, you know, they're a warrior. That's kind of like their thing, you know? They should be able to make and wield every weapon there ever is. The problem is they suck at a vast majority of them. So there's not really any point to use it. Their big thing, or actually, I think their best weapon is actually a great axe, if I remember correctly. And their second best is just a regular one-handed axe. Oh, also, nice little quality of life thing that they've added. I found out that you can actually set home points and then you can learn it like a teleport system. So if I went to that other home point, I can actually travel to another home point from one I've actually been to, which means that my life is about 1,000 times fucking easier than it ever was previously. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Hi, Mr. Greeter Moogle, how are you? I got 500 points. Give me shit. Do I have anything? Is there anything I can buy? Am I lucky enough to buy anything? Okay, that's kind of irrelevant. Alright, so what are my main goals right now? My main goal is to kind of, well, first of all, find where the hell everything is. I want to at least get all of the home points in the main city of Sandoria here before I try venturing out of the city, so that way if I need to teleport, I don't have to think about it later, and chances are, man, I ain't going to Port Sandoc. Sandoc? I ain't going to Port Sandoria for anything unless I absolutely need to, so I want to grab these in case I ever need to, so I don't have to try and remember where the hell Port Sandoria actually is. Of the three starting areas, I want to say that Sandoria might actually be the least pain in the ass to navigate. Bastock might be, no, Bastock might be less annoying, but it's also kind of more sprawling in a way, with stuff in sort of random areas. The nice thing about the Sendorian area is, well, no, that's Bastock. Never mind. I'm thinking, well, look, neither of these are Windurst, all right? Let me just put it to you that way. I don't want to find an area my map isn't set up. Okay, here's Northern Sandoria. So, one thing I'm going to be having to take care of as well during this inaugural episode, yay! It's an episode! Woo! Is that I'm going to have to fix all of the macros kind of on the fly here. Because I need me some macros. Because I'm making a horrible run on Sent. Oh god. Is this in... Oh, cutscene. / popcorn. Have you heard about what's going on Outland, the land of the West? Wait, I don't care about Outland. Oh, maybe, but not now. I have. Things are starting to heat up. But can you imagine pioneering new lands in this day and age? What in Vanadil could they possibly be thinking? The lands are filled with airships, yet they pretend at being trailblazers. Yeah. There's some poking fun at things going on here, I'm assuming, but perhaps I am too much of a, scrub to figure it out. The whole affair certainly seems ludicrous enough. Not like it affects us here, though. Well, yeah, your NPCs that stand there doing literally nothing. The whole... Only adventurers would... Hi! I got a question mark over my head. How can I help you? What's this now? You want to learn more about the colonization project? Sorry, I wasn't as much as the dark as you. Well, it didn't sound like it from what you're saying, lady. Beyond the reaches of the seal of... What's... Zafmlog? Zafmlog? Okay, one thing you guys are going to notice in this game, the names in this game are fucked. They are the most bullshittiest of bullshit names I have ever heard, man. They will just crack your freaking jaw trying to pronounce it. You thought the shit in Tolkien was bad? Try pronouncing this shit. Lies Outland, the country in its own right. No, quite savage lands for country, I must declare. Still, though, word is that they are searching for able-bodied adventurers to serve as pioneers. I don't know why she became a debutante, but sure. If memory serves, wasn't the Juneau Chamber of Commerce and Industry holding some sort of test for interested applicants? If exploring new lands piques your interest, you might consider heading over there to find out more. Do my little curtsy. Well, if you truly feel they need your aid, I wish you the best of luck. Bitch, screw you. But yes, differences between this game and more modern MMOs that you see probably from the 2000 point era onward. For one, no hotbars. Complete lack of hotbars. Hotbars are these macro books right here. And they don't exactly work like your regular, it's literally not like you're, pressing a button and making it go without some kind of third-party add-on, of course. You actually have to hold down a modifier, either left trigger and right trigger, L2, R2, or it's either, I think it's Control or Alt on your controller, or no, your keyboard. And you have to hold it down for a couple of seconds before it pops up as well. I used to fish here. I hated fishing. I really did. Okay, I gotta fix the macros. Hang on a sec, guys. Oh! Oh yeah, that's right. You have macro books on here now. Before, again, back in my day, you're going to hear this a lot. Back in my day, you didn't have macro books. You just had a single macro bar that had 10 things on it, and you had to make it work with what you had, because if you didn't, you was shit out of luck, son. Yes, you was. And you had to make do, because if you didn't, boy howdy, you'd be shit out of luck. And then nobody invite you to anything because you wasn't worth your salt. Or some shit. Okay. 2 hours? Oh, no longer 2 hours? It's funny that I still remember this as Mighty Strikes. Because I remember joking calling it Mighty Misses. Because you missed, like, a lot. Like, a lot. I know the warrior's first ability is Provoke. Excuse me? There we go. Wait 1. Attack T. That way I can... It's a provoke macro, so I can provoke and then immediately attack afterwards. Yay! Maps! I have a map button now that I don't have to attack and, you know, sift through menu commands. Again, one other thing different from this game than most other modern MMOs, menus. It was a game that was innately designed to be on the PS2, so it was a Final Fantasy game, so it was entirely menu-driven in most fashion. What everybody knows about the gardening? Have you heard? What are you talking about? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? What is gardening? What do I need to start? You know what? I don't need to know about any of this right now, but thank you. Okay. That was good to know. So let me see if I can find the other home points of this particular area. Oh, I already, like, skipped one. The Rampart Gate, hang on, dude. I'm coming. From what I've noticed the past month that I've played this game, I'm pretty sure that they have actually sped up, like, the run speed just innately all across the board. Because I do feel a little bit faster than I remember being back in the day. And having, tested this particular thing out, through means to which I will not describe in here, trying to scratch the itch of the super old school difficulty that existed back in 2003 and 2004. I'm pretty sure they actually did speed up the movement. And really, comparing the two, actually testing out the old hardcore methods of doing things back in the day, I think I actually rather enjoy doing the newer stuff here. I mean, it does lose a little bit of the magic. I did and still do enjoy the you know, the struggle is real type thing, the actual how difficult it was to actually acquire gear and earn things and earn money and all that kind of stuff, that everything was a challenge. So when you actually surmounted that challenge, it actually felt like an honest to God accomplishment. So you didn't need to have things thrown your way. You know, you didn't need to have super big boss battles and epic items and all that kind of stuff, because the act of just achieving something was the reward in and of itself. You didn't need to make it a big blown up drunk smurf. That's a good name. You know, you didn't need to have everything necessarily super blown out of proportion to make it epic. But, dude, I can't even, I'm having like PTSD flashbacks, man, of just how long it would take to do anything. If you were a white mage or you were a bard, you could find parties out the ass and you would never have to worry about anything. But if you weren't one of those two classes, good fucking luck ever finding anybody, basically. My one and only attempt into this foray of time portaliness, it ended rather poorly, waiting about an hour and a half for a Dunes party as a sublist level 14 warrior to be in the party for about 10 to 15 minutes, get killed after about 10 mobs, run back, and then the party disbanded. And I was just kind of like, oh yeah, this was Final Fantasy XI. These were Doom parties. This was the Doom party. Dunes parties, man. So I think for now I'm going to just enjoy the quote-unquote nerfed version of this game and just kind of, you know, relax and have fun and hope to experience the game and the content with you guys without having to worry too much about the super grindy bullshit. And the super grindy bullshit that I may or may not have to do, I'm probably going to be doing all of that off screen. I may be streaming it from time to time, but it's not going to be something I'm probably going to be putting on YouTube because frankly, it's kind of boring. The combat in this game is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's its strong suit. It shows its age. It is very much a product of the, you know, the late 90s, early 2000s methodology of how MMO games were played. And it also still has the methodology of how old school Final Fantasy games were played, because it is sort of very kind of ATB-esque and very turn-based. It's not action-related at all. I mean, about as far as action-related as you can possibly get. So, therefore, the combat can be seen as very slow. It can be very strategic, to be sure. It can be very, very rewarding when you are capable of doing something that the game technically may not want you to do. But it is a very, very slow-paced game that rewards time investment less than skill, generally speaking. Not 100%, but generally speaking, that's how it can be. But let me get to the Mog House so I can get these little cutscenes out of the way, and then we can hopefully start with our foray into Sandoria Town. Cuckoo Cachoo. Now, tell me this is not like the quaintest thing ever. Listen to this music, man. Just let that soak in for a second. Just let the warm fuzzies soak in and enjoy the freaking pixel cleavage that is my little Hume warrior. Okay, that's enough of that. On to adventuring. Excuse me, Mr. Moogle. Let's get this out of the way, shall we? They're so adorable. I can talk like this. First of all, the basic is Kubo. Open your main menu, master. The button at the very bottom changes to Mug House when you're at your Mug House. Kubo! Press it and the Mug House button menu will appear. Everything you can do in your Mug House is there. Kubo! There are lots of things you can do in your Mug House, Kubo. It is too much for some masters, Kubo. Okay, doing that voice really kind of hurts after a while. But fuck it. Yeah. So I'll teach you each one of them what may ask what you know about Kubo. Yeah, I got it, thanks. Are you sure, Kubo? You know everything about your Mug House, Kubo? I'm starting to wonder what Kupo actually means. If it's either a sound effect or like a pejorative. It kind of makes me wonder if Mr. Moogle is just like, fucking hate these fucking people. Fucking hate these stupid masters. They're so stupid. Fuck the police. Good luck on your adventuring. And they've added a lot of buttons here. That's a lot of buttons. See, this is another back in my day. Back in my day, you didn't have a mug safe stew or a mug safe 2 or a mug locker or a mug chest or mug shack, mug case or any of these mug wardrobes. It was just a mug safe, your storage, and your delivery box and your garden and your lair, and you couldn't open your mug because it was only yours and you didn't touch it. And it was yours, dagnabbit, and you didn't need nobody's. Okay. So for real, okay. We have explored the wonder that is the, my empty-ass house of me sleeping on my floor, but dude, that fireplace, man, it has more realistic graphics than fucking wildfires. How sad is that? So who are you? Good day. I'm a merry map marker, and I'd be emphatically ecstatic if you'd allow me to mark your magical map. Markless map of the Sandoria area is like a motherless maiden meandering through a miasmic mire of misery. Holy shit. No, keep your marks off my map. Get off of my magical map. You will not sully it with your foul magics, you miserly, misanthropic Mitch. I couldn't think of a pejorative that meant bitch without, yeah. Anywho, onwards. Is there another home point elsewhere aside from these 3 areas? Oh, there's one that's way the hell over to the west as well. I also see there's one on West Sandoria, the West Sandorian Gate. However, I'm going to be heading that direction anyway, so I'm just going to double back after I get the one farther in this area on the western side of this, over by Pikeman's Way. I'm going to be truthful, I've never, maybe not never, but I can't remember the last time I've actually been to that sort of, like, western area, like, over here-ish or so, because there's just nothing really there. I always did goldsmithing back in my day. But it is good to see that there are people still active in the game. How many people are here, anyway? I wonder. Almost 1,300 people. That's not bad. For a game that's about 1,500 years old, yeah, okay, that would bend some time there. But for a game that's about 15 years old, having like 1,300 people on there is not that bad of an accomplishment, all things told. I mean, it's Let me put it this way, it's still more lively than some games that came out later and died earlier than this game. So, whatever people may talk shit about, oh, this game is dead, nobody plays it anymore, da-da-da-da-da, understand that this game is still going, and it's still a sub-game. Well, you have to pay monthly, you have to pay a nominal goddamn fee every single solitary month in order to play this game. And it's still, in some fashion or another, financially viable enough for them to get away with this. So, you know, stick that in your pipe and smoke at Warhammer Online. Get fucked. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Now, let's see where we are. Where is... There it is. Hello, Linkshell Conagere. Or whatever the fuck that says. That's not a home point, that's a Taru. Alright, so I want to set my home point in this particular area, so that way if I die, I can just come back right here. Are there any link shell peoples? So that way I can happily ignore them as I'm going. Show me recruiting link shells. Curiouser and curiouser. Please select the link shell which you're interested in contacting. The New Moon... Get Swifty, cute. Beauty and Beast, Flipside. Star Gods, The Seekers of Aldelin, The Night's Watch, Savage Explorers. Now this actually is very interesting. This definitely did not exist back when I quit, and this did not exist the last 2 or 3 times I've tried coming on here. So this is actually really cool to keep people interested in joining. The New Moon. Star Gods. Which one is the least... well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to the one that says the Night Watch, because that's pretty cool. Every day at night. No, thank you. Okay, so what about the Seekers of Aldelin? Sure. I can do that. Your new link shell is beyond doubt filled with many looking for new companions. Be sure to say a few words of greeting. I prepared a small manual describing the importance of treating others with respect. Please have a quick glance at it when you have a moment. May your new link shell provide you with fond memories that will last a lifetime. Whoa, yeah, well, it definitely gave me some fucking lag. What the hell? Can I equip? Yes? Oh, link shell. Duh. Durr. Okay. Alright, so it looks like it's... There we go. There we go. We're awake now. So before we do anything else, and before we even start the first mission... Oh. Okay, I guess before we start the first mission, I'm gonna get stopped. Greetings and well met. Guardian of the Kingdom Elune. Alone? Whatever. At your most humble service. My station is to help along those with the new life and adventure into Vanadil. I specialize in the types of fundamental knowledge necessary for success in such endeavors, as well as related methods of pedagogy? With my aid, you can rest assured that your first steps down the adventurer's path will not go astray. Should you consider yourself a newcomer, I would highly recommend that you make full use of my services. This is my permanent post, and I never leave it. Remember it well. Whenever you need a hand with anything at all, don't hesitate to come calling. Okay. They certainly have tutorialized this a little bit, haven't they? I mean, it's not bad. Hey, cool, Sandori's on top. Oh, yeah! Sandy for life! Boos! But anywho, for people who are interested in the whole newcoming aspect of it, and also, is it just because I'm going over the... Wow, okay, I guess there's enough people to facilitate the FPS tanking a little bit over there. That's kind of scary. But anyway... The purpose of me getting that signet buff right there, and I think there are similar buffs out in the world, like in Towers of Ottergon or whatever the fuck it's called, it gives you the ability to get crystals and participate in something called Conquest, which, while not necessarily 100% as useful now as I'm sure it was back in the day, it allows you to buy items that you may otherwise would have to purchase on the auction house, which means you can get a bit of a leg up. Now, with the whole, like, records of eminence, excuse me, and actually, hold up a second. That's also something. Records of eminence, that exists. Growing flowers. I actually did get that quest. Objective list? Tutorial. Basics. First step forward. Speak more to the following records. Oh, shit. I gotta... Let me do this first. Roland Deanne in southern Sandoria. Okay, so I walked past that chick. Records of Eminence is, like, the big thing that they added since, you know, like 2008 or 2009, the last time I ever really tried to get back into the game, which is basically sort of like a questing system, so that way it's super shoehorned in for me playing with it for the past month, but it allows you to gain extra experience and give you a sense of progression and movement without having to just sit there killing mud crabs for God knows how long. And it gives you an ability, and it kind of gives you a sense of progression in terms of what quests you have completed and what quests you can complete. So there is something, it's bars to fill basically, which is helpful for me since I'm kind of slightly in the OCD camp. I love the music in this game, man. It's so good. Watch and wait. Okay, I guess you want me to pick it up. Yamatsu, I miss you so much. How will I ever be able to show my beautiful yet shamed face to my superiors again? Oh my, what a stunning coincidence. I had long given up on the hope of bumping into someone who satisfied that tall list of requirements. You would not happen to be knowledgeable of the subject records of eminence, would you? Of course I am. Splendid! And you have saved both me from losing any more of my time and you from a long-winded explanation. As you know, you have cleared this first objective with flying colors. In honor of your accomplishment, I wish to present you with a memorandal. Creepy-ass doll. It slinks up from nowhere like an assassin, and it stares with such creepy intensity that you cannot help but, think how adorable it is. I think it's listening. Each time you clear an objective, the details are recorded within the frame of this eerie doll. On a brighter note, you will also receive a quantified measure of your eminence termed sparks. Okay. Oh, of course. I as well cannot stand how that doll stares daggers into the depths of my soul. Fucking floating voodoo doll shit. Don't worry, lady, I got you covered. At least its inventor was magnanimous enough to bestow it upon this special function. Amazing, is it not? Here it is still a tribute. I hear it is still... Wait, what? I hear it is all attributable to an astral patina. Sadly, I do not understand much more about it than that. What? What I do know is that your recipe for success is to be set on your objectives periodically. That way you can complete them while on your adventure and garner as many sparks as possible. Moreover, some objectives only appear after you complete a certain amount of others. There's always a chance you will be surprised when you check. In the event that you have forgotten how to set objectives, go into the objective list under Records of Eminence, partaking in a variety, including one that may be repeated. Then, as you accrue a sufficient amount of eminence, you can come to me, one of my friends. We have a reward stockpile. Yes, you can actually buy rewards with sparks, because you're going to level so goddamn fast that actually having to purchase all the gear from the auction house basically means that you will go broke as a fucking joke. Benefits Royal Guard's self-worth and absolutely no downside. Oh, and as that memorandal has irrevocably bonded to you, there is no need to return it. All we can do with it now is throw it into the Wendigos if you don't keep it. I mean, I'd be down with that. Invisible eyes upon you cause the hairs on the back of your neck to rise. I'm here. I promise. Bitch, you just turned him back on. It's like the clapper. Clap on, clap off. Not clap on again. Alright, so I just realized this thing is almost 40 minutes long, so we're going to be cutting this a little bit short, but I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Wait, what button is that? Which button is the